I'm delighted to be joined on Mobile World Live by Sergey Nazarенko. Sergey is CEO of Altel Tele2 Kazakhstan. Sergey, it's great to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, Justin. Nice to be here and happy to talk to you.
Thanks, Sergey. Yeah, and of course, you're going to be keynoting at the big M360 MENA event in Doha this month as well. I'm sure you're going to be talking about 5G at that event. So to start with, really, it seems pertinent to ask you, with your experience, what are the most effective 5G monetization models for operators now that are working in this very globally competitive landscape?
All the operators around the world who are implementing 5G networks, they're expecting magic boost of revenues. So first of all, I would like to stress and attention that there is a big difference between non-standalone and standalone 5G networks. Of course, many companies are going to non-standalone solution as a first step because it's quicker, it uses the existing infrastructure, but at the same time, it has some limited benefits. The major benefit in this case is a speed or bandwidth which consumer or customer may get from the network. And at the same time, it boosts the capacity and the network bandwidths which can process. So at the end of the day, all customers see better performance and they can download files or use some 4K videos on their devices. Standalone network environment offers much more. And with standalone environment, customers may get the most expected benefit, the ultra-low latency. With ultra-low latency, new applications become available. Some applications like telemetry and telemedicine, or maybe even connected cars, which require instant reactions to the environment conditions. So with the traditional way, with non-standalone network, 5G offers, first, of course, it's for smartphone users, bigger speed and a better experience. But at the same time, we see that there is a great demand for fixed wireless access technology. And this also an additional opportunity to boost revenues and get additional customer base. And this is kind of what I see first and the most powerful tool in order to boost 5G revenues in your networks. And while doing so, of course, operators should think about implementing standalone networks in order to activate all those additional features, go into IoT space, go into this AR, VR options, and provide much more opportunities to boost revenues. With all of these, we see and expect that 5G networks will boost revenues 10 to 20%, and it's confirmed by various operators, analytics, and so on.
So, Sergey, how is Altel Tele2 in Kazakhstan really trying to embrace 5G to overcome some of the challenges and unlock the game-changing potential that 5G offers for growth?
Yes, first of all, I would like to say a couple of words about the company, who we are, and where we are from. Actually, Altel was the first mobile network in Kazakhstan, launched 30 years ago, and this year we are celebrating 30 years anniversary. And Tele2 came to the market as a game changer, as a challenger. So we have these kind of elements in our DNA to be the first and market leader at the same time working at the edge of technology. So we implementing 5G network since 2023. And because of that, we already learned from experience of other operators and trying to avoid our mistakes. We, as I mentioned in previous question, we are working and implementing currently non-standalone solution. So because of that, we're quite limited in the tools and offerings to our customers. So currently we are offering two major solutions. First, of course, it's speed to our smartphone users. They are getting much faster speed. And for our residential users, we are offering fixed wireless access. It's very popular in Kazakhstan because only 50% of households in Kazakhstan have access to a proper broadband solution. So this offering is really in a great demand, and we're selling a lot of these devices to our consumers. And we see already during the year, we grew our customer base quite fast, and currently already 1% of our subscriber base is using FWA solution and technology, and they are getting the speeds really comparable to optical networks. The speeds of FWA a router provides reaches to 1000 megabits, which is in some cases far above the traditional networks. And that is why we are having all these revenues. We see that the ARPU of FWA customer is double the ARPU of traditional smartphone user. And we also see that those customers who are using their smartphones in 5G network, we see that their usage is growing because they get in the content much faster, so they consume more. And this drives the ARPU another 10 to 12, 20%. And we expect that our business case will be quite successful because we expect that more than 25% of revenues will be brought by 5G network technology, including the smartphone usage and FWA solution. And meanwhile, we understand that this non-standalone solution have limited abilities and features. We are also considering implementing standalone in order to offer to our corporate clients private networks and massive IoT solution. So that's probably our next stage, next phase of implementation of 5G technology in Kazakhstan.
And to wrap up, Sergey, why don't you give us your insight? I'm going to ask you for 3 key insights that you can give us for making 5G a real success.
It's a very good question. And I think every CEO would like to have all those 3 advices. So based on our experience, we see that, as I mentioned in my previous answers, that we have to consider both non-standalone and standalone solutions and focus on non-standalone as a first step while considering implementing the standalone solution in parallel. At the same time, it's important to have a balanced investment strategy. And we are in our company implemented smart CapEx solution based on AI technology. We analyze the usage of the network in different places of the country, and we prioritize the investment in those areas where the highest demand. This helps us to implement first where the greatest demand. So that's probably the first advice. The second advice, we see that additional layer of network like 5G bringing a lot of costs. And it's important to keep an eye on those costs because it brings rental fees up. It also requires additional frequencies fees and even electricity bills. In some cases, it may go wrong if you don't keep an eye on those costs, and your business case may be not that attractive, and it requires to be properly managed. So try to save the costs, try to avoid additional costs, and consider divestment from older technologies. Like we do, we divest from 3G network and phasing out it very soon. The third advice would be to focus on value differentiation. We understand that this network technology may offer different elements like speed for non-standalone and the ultra-low latency and the bigger speeds and the capacities for standalone solution. For both, the things could be a differentiator for your offerings, as we do like a speed for consumer market and ultra-low latency more for B2B and corporate clients applications. For those 3 elements, I would say the most important to keep an eye on and use in your business environment.
Sergey, it's been great speaking with you, and we'll find out more from you at the big M360 event in Doha this month. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Justin. It was a pleasure talking to you, and see you later at Doha.